Okay. I want to thank you all for being here today. I want to say it takes a lot of courage and strength to be here, and that we're never alone. So let's turn to the person next to us and say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It takes strength from within to admit that one has a problem, but it takes the courage and strength of others in order to build a foundation of commitment. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for being here. I'd also like to thank Kira for hosting this month. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Jenny. Now, who would like to go first? Steve, why don't we start with you?
Sure. Hi, I'm Steve, and I have a ball game problem.
Hi,
Steve.
Steve.
How can we help you, Steve?
Well, as some of you know, I'm an English professor at the University of Iowa, and my wife and I love to play Scrabble. But after I exhausted the English language, I started spelling out words in Latin. My wife gets aggravated at me. She yells at me, "English, in English, Stephen!" And she walks away, and I'm left alone with no one to play with.
I see.
Really terrible.
Try using the Yield English Dictionary. And when you have that urge to spell out words in Latin, try using 16th century colorful metaphors such as zounds instead. That should keep your wife satisfied. And when you land that triple word score, that should keep you satisfied for a while. Alright, who's next?
Hi, I'm Laura, and I have a board game problem.
Hi, Laura.
Hi. I'm not sure I can do this.
The correct answer is that you can do this. We're all in this game together.
Well, alright.
Would you like to explain the rules of your game, please?
Yeah, I suppose. It all started after we got married. Friends of ours knew how much we enjoy games and bought us Pictionary. And well, I don't know if I can say it.
Come on, Laura. We're all here for you.
We're right here for you.
Jamie's correct. Now please, go ahead.
You know how in Pictionary you have those tiny sheets of paper that you draw on?
Yeah.
Well, I don't use the other side.
That's a waste of paper!
How do you sleep at night?
I'm sorry, I just like first piece of paper. I don't recycle.
Tell that to the environment.
And the redwoods?
And the Yonkers River dolphin that is now extinct.
And we all know who caused its extinction.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry.
You say you're sorry.
Alright. We have
Who
some
do you think
order.
you are
I'm
anyway?
just a woman. I have needs too, you know.
You and your needs. Those are just
You
made
ain't
up.
got no needs.
May I remind all of us that we are not here to judge. We have all elected to participate in the program that is Hoggas, helping overcome grown-up board game addiction symptoms. We are all here today in order to help each other.
Well said.
I'm so sorry, everybody. If I ask my husband to use the other side of paper, he gets frustrated. He breaks all the pencils and goes out with the boys and plays Yahtzee.
Just like a man. He breaks the pencils? Wood is from trees. Were they redwood pencils?
Jenny, please control yourself.
Why won't your husband just use a pen?
I have no idea. I've pleaded with him. I've tried to reason with him. He's so stubborn. He just won't use a pen and Pictionary.
Well, if I ever saw that
Oh,
man.
all right. Laura, you seem to have a multi-headed problem, just like a Hungry Hippos game board. But the first step in order to solving a problem is admitting that you have one. And you have done that, so you should be rewarded. The second part of your problem is concerning your inability to recycle.
I can't believe you.
Jenny, restraint, please.
Sorry.
Jenny, why don't you take that anger and channel it into making a positive solution for Laura? What can Laura do to help her problem with Pictionary?
Well, what if you use scratch paper for drawing that already has printing on one side?
Great suggestion, Jenny.
Thank you. I'll try that. Thank you, everybody.
Well, I may suggest that taking Jenny's idea into consideration is one option. Another option? Buy yourself a dry erase board. Also buy yourself a rainbow assortment of colored markers and slap some Velcro on them. When your husband sees the pens erase as pencils do, it might just ease him to using dry erase markers as those tense Pictionary moments. And you save the environment at the same time.
Great idea.
You see, part of role-playing as a couple is not playing games with each other. And tell him to call my office for an appointment.
I sure will.
Alright, who's next? Jamie, you've been awfully quiet this evening. I don't have my hand on a Ouija board. but I'll bet you have something to share.
I don't think so.
Jamie, you can take as long as you need. We're not playing with a timer here.
My name's Jamie, and I'm addicted to Monopoly. Hi,
Hi, Jamie.
Addictions are very difficult to break.
I'm not sure I should do this in front of everyone.
We're here to help.
Steve is correct. Think of this group as your conscience. There's nothing to hide from us, and we don't judge.
Okay. 2 nights ago, here at the house, my husband and I had a wine and cheese party. It was just us and another couple, Chet and Susan. After a couple hours, my husband had a little too much to drink and passed out on the couch, and Susan, who's a complete lightweight, lay down in the spare bedroom. And, well, let's just say we all had a bit too much to drink.
So you were alone with Chet.
Yeah.
And how did you feel about that?
Fine. We've been friends for years, so we get along well.
Carry on.
Well, one thing led to another. The next thing we know, we're playing Monopoly together. Just the two of us. And I tend to be a little aggressive when playing. He lost the game, and I jumped up and down and called him a giant panda bear. You know, 'cause he's a giant bear of a guy and all. He had to fork over nearly $4,000 after landing on Park Place. I had 4 hotels on the property, and he hands me the money. There's Chet, just smiling. Something in me just lit up. I still remember his face. He was smiling, like he had a little secret. So confident, so raw. I hate to admit it, but I began to fall in love with the way he played the game of Monopoly.
Explain.
Well, Chet is just so dashing, and he's a risk taker. He shows no fear.
And what game piece does he use?
He uses the most charming game piece in all of Monopoly, the hat.
I should use the hat.
The hat is very classy. My husband uses a shoe. I mean, what kind of man uses a shoe when playing Monopoly?
So, you're intrigued by this man's board game tactics.
Absolutely.
Jamie, falling in love with how another man plays a board game is completely normal, as long as you don't act upon your thoughts.
I'm afraid of what I might do if we ever play Twister.
Jamie, let me ask you a question. Why do you love your husband?
Well, when we met, we were playing the game of life. We both went to spin, and our hands touched. And then as my little car began to fill up with pink and blue children, Tom just stared at me in the face. And that's when I knew I would marry this man. I love him. I still love him.
That is so romantic.
And sometimes I feel like I don't trust myself.
I trust that you'll do the right thing.
So do I.
And so do I.
I trust you.
You see, that's what group therapy is all about. Trust. Some of you may not know this, but Jamie's been in the group for over 8 months now, and she's made real progress with Monopoly.
Yes, just last week I stopped using real money as the banker. I can pay the rent. It's nice to hold a fake $500 bill for once.
Congratulations.
Good on you, mate.
What else?
I stopped buying Baltic Avenue. I realized that no matter how many hotels I put on the 2 purple properties, I'll only ever barely break even. I realize that now. Thank you.
Thank you. Jamie's in our intensive Chutes and Ladders program, and right now, she's all ladders. Isn't that right? We all believe in you, Jamie.
I believe in me too. And I believe in my husband. He's so smart. And he's great at categories. And I know that I love him so much. Thank you, everybody.
Let's bring it in.
Whenever you have a board game problem or addiction, there's always somebody close by to help. You're never alone.
You're never alone.
Alright, who's next?
Yay! Clap, clap, clap.
Why did we